Hi everyone, this is Lolo. Welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to talk about Calibur VI Azwel balance suggestions. I gathered this by asking 16 competitive players from different regions. And just a little bit of background of me. I'm a competitive player in Calibur 2. I started traveling to US tournaments in Calibur 4, 5 and 6. And I'm famous because of my unique style with Yoshimitsu and doing some weird dances here and there. I think it's very interesting what I was able to get. These players didn't speak to each other and I didn't influence them in any way. There are many coincidences in some suggestions. I ordered them by the number of mentions. I'll try to analyze all of them, or at least the most mentioned ones, and some that I found very interesting. I'm not talking about the late hate on Azwel that has been buzzing around in Twitter. I'll try to stay away from that. It's not good for the community, for the game, for anything. So we'll try to be propositive and make these suggestions. Hopefully we are able to get these suggestions to the developers. They can listen. The competitive standpoint of view, I think, is very important for them for the future of Calibur 6 tournaments. So let's start with it. So okay, I forgot. I'm going to mention all the players that I chat with about this. All of this was via chat. So Blue Boy, Blue God, Boom, JJJ, Kayane, Keith, Linkers, Linker KC, myself, Maxu, Omega DR, Party Wolf, Sandman, Shenchan, Shenyuan, Blaster DR, Woes, and that's it. 16 players, and let's start with it. So the most mentioned move is AB. Okay, AB is a natural launcher. It's a night 10 move whenever Azwel is on sword move or in almighty mode. So it's not the move itself. It is the mix-up that comes after that is causing a lot of issues to most of the players. And honestly, it does feels very, very unfair. It's like you can argue about being unsafe, but it's not really punishable. Trust me, this is an item punish move, is intended for that. It shouldn't be used as a poke by itself. To poke, you can just do A, and then if the rival does something that is negative 10, which there are a lot of moves that are more than negative 10, you will get the punishment and you'll start your offense with Azwel, because you are going to be in axe mode. So it's weird, but the best option is to just eat ground damage. So Azwel has 3B and axe B plus K mix up there. That's what's causing a lot of issues, a lot of anger in players. It does feel so unfair to have such an advantage frames after just doing an I-10 launcher. So yeah, the suggestions mainly are the make it slower, nerf the damage, or you can make it I don't know, lethal hit condition, but I don't think that's very viable. But probably counter hit is like, make it only counter hit. It could work. So there are many options here, honestly. There are some players that mention about being it, like instead of transition to axe after AB, it could probably go to spear. So in spear he still will have a mix-up with full crouch 1A and full crouch 1B. That mix-up is very strong, but it doesn't feel as bad as the axe B plus K with the axe 3B lethal hit. That is just too much to handle. So nerf speed, it doesn't make any sense to make it more unsafe. It's already unsafe launch punishable. My own suggestion is to make it actually safer, so it can be used as a poke, but the launcher, it would only be on counter hit. So that way you can use it as a poke, but you will only get the big reward if you land it on counter hit, not as a punishment. That is the main problem right now. A lot of moves are more than I-10 punishable, so it's crazy. And the range, of course, the range, it doesn't make any sense. It's an I-10 move that has a lot of range for an I-10 move, so it's just a move you can control the movement at mid-range with single A's, AA's, and then if they do something that is punishable, AD. And it's going to happen a lot. You are forcing your opponent to take more risk in order to get in, because with Azwel you are able to control the spacing so well with many moves that he has. Like, we'll go through them once we get to the game. But the next move is Axe V plus K, the infamous Muscle Buster. Okay, Muscle Buster is busted. so it's too good. It does 60 damage. So for a move that you can mix it up with a lethal hit 3B, is too great. It's similar to what Mitsu has, but if you see the range, I mean, Mitsu's 1BB is vertical move, and you have to be closer in order to work, and it's very easy to make it with. And the 3B range is, I don't know, probably 1/4 or 1/3 of Azwel 3B. So, and the damage on 1BB is less than Muscle Buster. But yeah, so it's very strong in that sense. It's very hard, and you will be able to punish Mitsu if you guess right on both options. While versus Azwel, you probably would be only able to punish the Muscle Buster, despite 3B being -14. It's very hard to punish because it has a follow-up. So you rather move. If he does the second B, you'll be able to get good punishment, but there's no real reason to go for that. So -14, it probably should be more punishable. So that's for Axe V plus K. So the suggestions are to make it slower, to make it less damage, and my own suggestion is probably to be more strict on the range that he has to land in order to get the auto throw animation. So probably to be only on deep hit, or the other one is make it like Kilix 4A, which is a lethal hit condition. So you might have to land 3 before you get the lethal hit and the auto throw animation for big damage. So I think that's a very good option. That's probably not gonna like Azwel players. So probably in order to disrupt the less possible, just reduce the base damage. Okay, the next move is 3A. Okay, 3A, in my opinion, along with AV, is the best move in the game. They serve similar purposes. In order to, you have to control the space with single A's. In the case with because it's an I-10 move, with 3A, it's a little bit different. It has more range. It's completely safe if you land this on counter hit, which you will do a lot because it kills steps all well. So the thing is, on counter hit, it gives so much advantage. You can actually get a free back throw out of it. If you don't delay it, you get 61 damage guaranteed, unless you are Bold or Aster, which they can't break back throws. And then you have if you delay it a little bit, you will still get the back throw if they don't duck, and with full damage reset. So in total this will do almost half-life for a completely safe move that has a lot of range. So you just can't keep throwing this. No consequences. You can just keep throwing it. Throw until you win. 3A. So, and the thing is that there's even a normal hit, you're gonna be able to keep the pressure because it's plus on hit. So you have access to 6B and the mix up with the low axe with Muscle Buster. So yeah. So for example, let's take the suggestion from Woes. He says to nerf this move to -14 compared to Raf's 3A, which has less range, and also Raf's 3A does less damage and is unsafe, and it requires Lethal Hit to do half of the damage that Azwel does with current hit 3A. So yeah, it's a little bit unfair. Like if you see Raf's 3A is very short range, you have to connect I think 3 for the lethal hit, and then you'll get a lethal hit. So, and the range is crazy. The range difference is crazy, and Raf's 3A is currently -12. So it just doesn't make any sense to Azwel's 3A to be completely safe. Given the amount of reward he gets, it should be -14. I agree on this one with Woes. So, but you can really, the rest of the suggestions are very similar. Like myself, I don't think it's -14. Linkers only says that it should be unsafe and remove the current hit, back throw mix-up, backstance mix-up. It's just too much, but the lethal hit 3B on the back throw, so it's very hard to deal with. The consequences for Azwel are too little for what he gets. And the next move is Soul Charge 6/6A+B with 8 mentions, so half of the players mention this. Same with 3A. I forgot to mention to count the mentions. It's like AB got 12 mentions, X B plus K got 9, then 3A 8, and 6/6A+B 8 as well. So 6/6A+B. Okay, this move has already been nerfed. This move, before it didn't cost as much as it does now, but it's like a free getting pass with plus frames on block. So I don't think any other character has anything to deal with this other than Raphael, and you have to be precise with the timing. It's not that easy, it's not that hard either, and you have to be on point, and the reward you get is okay. It's around 46 damage, 50 damage, I don't remember. But there are no defensive options that works versus this move. You have to block, unless you counter it with your own reverse soul charge. So the thing is, it kills reversal edge, it kills GI, it kills movement, it kills backstep. The only option is to block and wait for the next things that Azwel is going to do, because he's going to be at your face with plus frames, with an unreactable low, with a lethal hit 3B. Even if you try to disrespect him, he has a fast AA, AB, 2A is Cypher team, but he is plus, so he's going to be able to interrupt most of your moves with that. Even if he does a read, he can just lock a read and go for the auto GI he has too. So those are free. So yeah, it's busted. The suggestions would be like, let's take Keith. Keith says that it should be negative on block, so around -4. I think it could be something possible. Linkers just says nerf the move. I think everyone agrees that it should be negative on block. Okay, and the next move is 1A. Okay, this is very particular. It has a lot of range. It used to be -10, now it's -12. So most characters can punish this, unless you're Ivy. Not Ivy, sorry. Nightmare. Nightmare doesn't have any I-12 moves. So yeah, is gonna have issues with this. So the suggestion is to be -16 on block. Shen Yuan says that it has a lot of range and it's only -12. Blaster says it needs to be more unsafe. Yeah, I mean, I understand. Blaster plays Nightmare, so he doesn't have anything to punish. Just a mix-up after that. The next move is 4B. For those of you who don't know, if Azwel gets a GI level 3 while he's on Spear mode or in Almighty mode, he's going to have access to 4B, and it's going to be guaranteed damage, just like that. You get guaranteed damage, and if I'm correct, I think he gets the option to get a ring out combo. So I don't remember the combos, but I think he does. Even if he doesn't, it's just too strong to have free. Like, comparing to other guaranteed damage afterwards, I think is if not the greatest, is probably one of the greatest. Like, if you see Amy's 6k, I think it is, or 46k, something like that, it just does like 30 damage, something like that. So he shouldn't be guaranteed after level 3 GI. He's having free damage for no reason. He doesn't even have to be on Soul Charge like some other characters get guaranteed damage in Soul Charge, but Azwel doesn't need to. The next move with more mentions is AA with 4 mentions. I think some of these are actually with the AV, so it's very similar. The suggestions like nerf range and safeness. This comes from Blue God, I think. Okay, this is mix it up. I don't think it's the 3 follow-ups are safe. No, yeah, this is not correct. Let me erase this. So I think Blue Boy, I have the other document around here, so let me check it, but I think Blue Boy only mentions that need the range. He thinks that the range is too great. So let me just confirm that. I don't want to put words on anyone's. Okay, Blue Boy about AA. Yeah, he mentions only the range, to nerf the range. So myself, I think the speed and the range, it should be I-12 for AA. Shin Chan says nerf speed. Wolves also says that it has to be I-12. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense to have that range and that speed. I don't get it, and I don't know about the frames on this move. Like, other I-10 AAs are not Blossom Block. I haven't checked Azwel frame data, so let me check real quick. I'm checking the A1 right now. Not sure if this is correct, but if this is correct, it's +2 on hit. That would make it the only AA that is plus on hit. I-10. Josh's is -4. Thank you guys. Oh, such a great job. I think Taki should be something similar. Then I think X. I don't know about X. I think it's +2 or neutral. Yeah, it's actually neutral. So you get no advantage. So it's crazy for Azwel to have the only I-10 AA in the game that also reach farther than any other AA in the game. So it's just crazy. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. There's no way to justify this. It should be either slower. It should be negative on hit, like all the others. So yeah, AA is just is such a good move. That is unfair. Next, we have Full Crush 1B. Okay, the speed, yeah, for me, in my opinion, should be I-14. So you still will be punishing, and with punishing a lot of things with it, but not everything that is -12. There are a lot of moves that are -12, and Azwel gets a lot of damage out of that if he has a meter. Even if he doesn't have a meter, he gets 6 BB. I think it's around 40-ish damage, but you have axe with your opponent on the ground, so he most likely will be willing to eat some ground damage in order to recover and not deal with the mix-up like many top players do, or get hit by it and lost half bar out of that single launcher. So it's very hard to deal with. And yeah, so Sandman also says Sandman isn't one of the best Azwel players, so he also thinks that the critical edge combo there is a little bit overpowered. Okay, let's move on to the next move. Is Soul Charge 8A+B. Okay, so this move is like a universal tool whenever he is on Soul Charge, and he's at disadvantage, so you can see almost every Azwel doing this at disadvantage, or whenever they think they're getting attacked. So it's just a move that you control with no consequences. It's a little bit more manageable than Soul Charge 6A+B. You can GI, you can reversal edge this move, so it's not as oppressing as 6A+B. But even then, it feels unfair. Like Azwel has a free pass to try something else, even at disadvantage. So he already has the auto GI, and he has this as a defensive options. So it's just that Azwel has always options. It's very hard to force him to block, especially in Soul Charge. The next move is 3B. Okay, for me 3B has a lot of range, and it's very hard to punish even if you are willing to take the risk to punish it. So Body Wolf says the lethal hit 3B meter gained, nerf that. Okay, yeah, that's the thing. That's why always Azwel always has meter to spend on Soul Charge. I know everyone feels like this. It's like, I'm winning the first round, and he hasn't done any reversal edge to get a lot of meter, and he gets meter before me. So it's crazy. He has, like, I haven't studied that, but it seems that he has so many tools to get meter really quick and take advantage of that oppressing Soul Charge. So yeah, that's what Pariwolf said. Is lethal hit, it can be landed very easily. So the axe P+K mix up is very hard to deal with. It's advantage in every position. So about the critical edge, okay, Maxu says nerf damage and speed. Okay, yeah, whenever he's on Almighty, Soul Charge or Sword, I believe he's I-13. So yeah, he will be able to punish a lot of things, and I think it's 85 damage. It's one of the highest damage for a critical edge compared to Astrod. I think Astrod is 85 damage too, but the Astrod is way slower than it is Azwel. So you'll be able to punish a lot of things with Azwel's critical edge, a lot of things, for a lot of damage. So, and this complements with Azwel's game plan, because Azwel is going to try to push you away because he has a lot of range, a lot of good pokes. So that will force you to take more risk. So the more risk you will be taking is doing vertical moves with long range in order to try to get to him, but you're gonna whiff a lot. Because that's part of the Azwel strategy. So if you whiff, then he is going for a critical edge to whiff punish you, and you're dead. So it's his strategy. Okay, next is Soul Charge Arts. Okay, the soul charge weapon arts currently don't cost any extra meter. As an example, soul charge 6B plus K stops the meter drain during the animation. There should be a small cost for this. This is a Sandman suggestion. I think I agree completely with this. I didn't notice this. I wasn't paying attention to this until he told me about this. And yeah, during the animation of the Muscle Buster, the meter drain stops. So he has access. He can spam Muscle Buster a lot during that. And of course, if you're in an advantage position, if you plan your soul charge activation like you would do with any other character, and don't spend your meter on soul charge 668 plus B, you will have access to a lot of this, and your soul charge is going to last a lot. It lasts a lot for Azwel, because he doesn't have to spend the meter to get in. So the next one is 44B Hold. Okay, this is the projectile with guard break properties, and it has tracking. If you ever get hit by this, you know how frustrating it is. You're sidestepping and you get hit by lethal hit 44B Hold for a lot of damage. So it doesn't make sense. It's a projectile that goes from one side of the screen to another. Guard break is gonna be very hard to punish for most characters. So why does it have tracking? Okay. I also mentioned to have more recovery frames on Weave. Yeah, because even if you sidestep it, it's going to be very hard to punish. He recovers kind of fast for the distance he is. And the next move is 6B. I think 6B is also one of the best moves in the game. It's very long range. It has 3 follow-ups. The 3 follow-ups are completely safe on block. So, and 2 options are mid, so docking is not going to be the best option all the time. So what I used to do before the patch, the 140 patch, I dock. So if the 6BA comes, I was able to punish sometimes, because the range on that is crazy. Sometimes I don't even have the range to punish that, even if I dock correctly. And 6BB, I was able to react to it. If I was very fast, I was able to GI that, but most of the times I just block, which is very good for Azwel, because that move does a lot of 6BB does a lot of guard damage. So, but now Maxu told me about there is a bug. Even if you are willing to sidestep 6BAB, the new move he got, which is steppable if you do it like that, 6BAB. But there is a bug that if you do 6B A plus B, is completely, it tracks 100%. Not even with Yoshi teleport I was able to sidestep that. So it's definitely a bug. Please fix these, guys. It's just wrong. If possible, just remove the move or make it unsafe. It doesn't make any sense to have a move that prevents any mix-up and to make it completely safe. So the 3 options are completely safe. The 3 follow-ups to 6B, it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, Blue Boy. Yeah, I know Blue Boy loves B4. He's very good on block and is even better on hit. So after that, it's very hard to do anything. You cannot move, you cannot do anything. He can just throw another one. And as I mentioned before, on block is very good too. So yeah, that has to be nerfed, and we'll see the range that it actually has. That I don't think everyone is paying attention to some Azwel's range moves. So we're actually going to the next one. Is Boom is speaking about Spear, the auto GIs. He suggests to reduce the active window for auto GIs by 4 frames on Weave. Yeah, if you ever try to Weave punish Azwel and get auto GI, you know how's that feel. So it doesn't make any sense to be able to GI even if he doesn't get anything for free. So it doesn't make any sense. And Omega DR mentions about yeah, he has a lot of range and is very safe with auto GIs and projectiles, and he suggests to nerf safeness overall while in Spear. It's very safe on Spear, and that wouldn't be so bad if the other stances wouldn't be as good as they are. Like, it's just all the 3 stances are very good. Okay, let's go quickly by the rest of the suggestions. And Blue Boy also says 228, nerf the range. It has a lot of range, yeah. Omega DR T2B should be less plus on block. Okay, Maxu 3BB, nerf safeness. Blaster DR 4K. Okay, that's the stance where he goes back. And BB, yeah, he does a hit with the shield and then he throws the shield. If you GI the second hit, it's not going to go into normal GI animation. I don't know why. That's probably a bug. I don't think it's intended. There's many moves that has this behavior, but it's only negative 12 on GI. So of course Nightmare cannot push that. Blue God says 6 is B, the range. Oh, yeah, that goes from side to side of the screen. Is for me personally, I think Axe stance Axe art, it should be overall like mid-range option for Azwel. But currently is long range, Sword is long range, and Spear is even longer range. So the next one, 6k into 6k. Okay, that's the breakdance move. Easier to punish. I think this has more to do with Ivy's Wall Rising K. Probably they need to do something like they did for Joshi's Wall Rising K. Shin-chan 6KB. Okay, nerf plus frames on block. Yeah, it has, I think it's plus 8 or more. I think it's plus 8. Okay, Shin-chan 6K. Okay, that's 6kk. I think it's the breakdance move. It needs to be 16. Okay, yeah. And Blue God, he says that VV needs a buff. Not sure about this. I didn't discuss this with him, but yeah, he like in exchange for all the nerfs that he suggested, VV should be better. I think BB hits grounded. I think it's very good, but I don't know about the specific buff he's asking to. Sor B plus K. Yeah, I've seen this happening. It just weaves on some characters. It's probably the same characters that get away with many things that should be punishable, but the moves just go through them. Like Geralt. Okay, Blue God also suggests to buff Azwel sidestep. Yeah, is one of the worst. We already know that. It's probably one of the few flaws he has, and even then, is not as bad as, I don't know, Soul Calibur V sidestep. And let's go really quick for other suggestions. Okay, Boom says nerf overall meter gain. Okay, yeah, we already talked about this a little bit. It just seemed to have a lot of meter gain all the time. JJJ suggests to have an indicator on which weapon art Azwel has active. I agree, this is very much needed. Sandman also said the same suggestion. This is very important. It's just too much to keep track with Azwel's weapon arts, so this will help a lot. This will help a lot. So please, guys, implement this. Keep mention some scaling on his combos. For me, it's overall range in Sword and Axe seems out of place. Sword should be short range only moves. Axe should be mid range and Spear long range. But all of the 3 movesets are very long range. That's true. We'll go through that. Omega, this is very interesting. He says that weapon art should be only accessible after a stance transition with K, 6K, 4K. Okay, this would make Azwel work harder to get the weapon arts. And I think other suggestions that I didn't include it here is Azwel to have I don't know why I forgot to add this, but Azwel to have some cost at the weapon arts, just like Geralt's signs. So this is an option because Azwel can just do these enhanced moves that are very good at no cost and save the meter for soul charge. Unlike Geralt, like he rarely gets soul charge unless he's basing his game plan on a lot of reversal edge. But I think this could be fair for Azwel if they don't want to tone down the moves overall. This could be an option. Okay, Sandman says that moves added in 1.40 were unnecessary. Yeah, I talked a little bit of this with him, and it's like, yeah, Azwel was already the best character in the game. Why do they keep like covering the small holes he has in his game? So it's just crazy that Azwel keeps getting buff every patch. So Shen Yuan, like, general speed and range needs to be rebalanced. He has such a good range and speed. He should be more unsafe. Okay, I completely agree with this. And let's move to the game. So we can actually see what we're talking about with Azwel. So look at the range on 8. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah. But let's see how many moves. This is like I'm resetting the position, the startup position, and let's see how many moves Azwel has to reach the opponent without even moving. Let's start with sword moves. Okay, I think in sword we have B4. It has a lot of range. And what else? Of course the art. It has screen to screen range. We have what other sword move do we have? Okay, B6. Look at this. I can just start with this. And just like that, you're in with a mix-up. It's too much, guys. Sword should be a short range stance, not a long range. And so far, it's very long. Very, very long. Okay. I don't know, let's just compare a little bit with Sass. But Sass is a long range character. I mean, whenever I play versus Sass, I feel that 6A has a lot of range, but it's not near in the league of Azwel moves. And we have just gone through 2 acts. So, okay, the second hit hits, not always. Okay, for A, not this one, of course not 3B, not 4 for B, not 4 for A plus B. So let's just compare a little bit with Sass. Let's go back to this and let's move on. Okay, his jumping moves are very good. Are leads to frame traps, so they're very good in sort. Nothing special about them, it's just regular ones, but they are very good on block. So let's move with Axe. Let's see how many moves we can reach with Axe. 6B. 3A, 3B, 9B, 9A. What other axe move am I missing? C6B. Of course, it's going to reach. Of course, it's going to reach. Look at the range on this. It's ridiculous. My god. 3B, 3A. Yeah, all of them reach. Yep, all of the axe moves has this kind of range. All of them. Okay, except B plus K. You have to be close to connect that. It's not a problem. Your opponent is going to be scared all the time because of the range you have. You can attack at almost any range, so he's going to be willing to block a lot, so you can just run and do this, like every Azwel does. Okay, and let's move to Spear. Spear 4A, 1A, 4B, 4A. All of these move reaches from the starting point of the round. So you can just start throwing these. No consequences. Also, look at the range on this. It's like 4K by itself puts you a very long distance. I don't think Sasalamel has anything to attack me at that range. So Azwel first put this amount of distance between them, and then it can attack him. So Azwel is very deep. I think he's going to be getting more and more dominant as time goes by. Azwel players will find new strategies, will start using more moves. It's like it's very easy to just focus on Axe. And that's why he was called Azwel. Azwel still exists, is still very good. Like this is very valid strategy. 6B into Muscle Buster, 6B into 3B. So let's go for another moves. Okay, this is also sword move that I didn't analyze. It doesn't have the long range as other moves, but it has very good range. And this is meant to be a whiff punisher, which is crazy. The lethal hit triggers even if, no matter what kind of move you whiff, is going to work. It's like Ibis 2-2A. But this is Ibis 2-2A is punishable on block. This is plus frames on block. So yeah, that's the thing with the Azwel. You can just throw, goes back. It's like he has so many good moves. Every move seems to be very good. Continue with the moves that we're missing. So yeah, the main complaint is AB. I've already gone through that. It's just a mix up you get after that. You have to do a small forward step in order to get the launch. But there's nothing your opponent can do defensively. He cannot activate Soul Charge, he cannot reverse a ledge, he cannot GI. It has to get right. It's crazy. And by itself, AB is 34 damage. So it's probably the best A punishment in the game. And of course, if you are in Soul Charge, it's going to combo with a critical edge for a lot of damage. So what else? Yeah, that's the main complaint of every player, and yeah, it's very strong, very strong. And the second one is this Muscle Buster. This is well known by now. It's just 60 damage low, unreactable. So I don't know. Please take in consideration the suggestions that all the players did, and try to do something with those moves. Those seem to be the core. That and 3A, because 3A controls movement, and it's completely safe. You can just throw this. And let's see the mix-up that we are talking about here. So look at it's half-fire. It's half-life. Half-life gone. And that was not the reset. This is just guaranteed damage. 61 damage guaranteed. But if I wait a little bit longer, okay. I waited too long. I waited too little. Okay, perfect timing. Half-life gone. And this is a problem. The second one. Okay, he's not standing. We need to be crouching. Crouching guard ult. Okay. Okay, that's not the combo, but you got the idea. Yeah, I don't know the combo well. Probably just. Yep. Half-life gone. Either way, for a completely safe move. I just gonna keep throwing this all day. Those are the 3 tough mentions. So, what else is left to discuss? Soul Charge. Okay, that's not a combo, I think. This is a combo. And let's look at the other thing that we talk about it. Okay, that didn't cost anything extra. That didn't cost anything extra. And let's see Muscle Buster. Muscle Buster stops the draining meter. Why? Why? So we can actually counter. So far I've been able to throw 2. String. It's just too good. This actually said that. So, I mean, it doesn't need it. I think it's very clear now. It just doesn't, the meter doesn't deplete, doesn't reduce while doing the Soul Charge 6B plus K. I don't know why, it's an omission, it's something, it was forgotten. But every weapon art in Soul Charge should cost a little bit of meter at least. Like, none of them. Just keep throwing them. So it's just crazy. The Soul Charge 8A plus B. Let's see the pushback it has. Yeah, that range I think is -10. Probably only Raphael and Azwel can punish that. So yeah, it should be more unsafe and less pushback. So let's try to replicate that. I'm just gonna set it to everyone. I don't know. I don't remember how it works. Probably to the other side. I don't know if it's to step. I don't know. I don't remember if it's on the initial frames of the movement. but yeah, it has some tracking properties, which happens a lot versus. You see? Why does it tracks in the case of 6xb? We say we're running, and I'm getting, and I can hit it with 6xb, which is up. I can land from here, almost. So the range is just nonsense. The range and the tracking, why? I think it can be evaded to the other side. Yeah, it's only to the right. Why does he have tracking to one side? So hopefully we can get this video to the developers. Please share it if you agree with this. If don't, you also leave the comments. I'm gonna be sharing this on Twitter, on Facebook, Discord, whatever you want. So hopefully we can get this an Azwel balance patch before Evo. Honestly, it's been I left out all the bad comments about Azwel, all the hate, all of that. We're just trying to stay positive about this, the balance of the game. And hopefully the developers hear this, watch this video, and reconsider this, because right now Azwel seems to be from another game. Okay, thank you guys, thank you for joining, and leave your comments.